Good morning, students. So, in the last video, we were discussing about present indefinite. This is Mr. Pizatitis from Salem classes. Today we will continue to the present indefinite. Already, I gave you a little bit introduction of present indefinite, and especially we were learning and we were discussing about tense, and in that time I discussed with you present indefinite, and that was the introduction part. And today we will discuss how to make a sentence and what will be the recognition of present indefinite. So, already I told you there are three. So, indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Perfect continuous. Okay, perfect continuous. So, suppose indefinite is there. So, in this indefinite, there are four divisions. Suppose continuous is there, there also this four division including, and perfect, either perfect continuous, there also these four divisions will be including. Okay, so when we make a sentence, we make sentence like this way: positive sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence, and interrogative negative sentence. So already you are being taught what is sentence and group of sentence. Everything you are being taught by when you are in the previous classes. So that is why, if it is necessary, according to my time and according to my syllabus, little bit I will revise about that, but wholly it is impossible to revise. So, point to remember that, so there are four kinds of sentence, means when we make present indefinite, either present continuous, or either present perfect, or present perfect continuous. Okay, let's begin to think about positive. Think about positive. To make this sentence, we need subject and verb 1. Already I told you about three forms of verb. You have to remember that subject, verb 1. At the same time, we take object. Sometimes there is two object, double object, and sometimes there is adverb and prepositional. Preposition. Many things are there. Okay. And the complement is also there. So to make such sentence, we need these elements. According to these elements, we can make a sentence. Now, as I told you, we need a very simple form. According to the simple way, we need a subject, okay, and we need verb 1 and we need object. So here is a question: what is subject and what is object and what is verb? Right? These three things I will tell you: subject, name, means noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. Okay. This is called a subject. And verb means, you know that I told you: go, went, gone, come, came, and again came. Sorry, come. Come, came, come. There are verb cut, cut, and cut. Sleep, slept, and slept. Okay, so these are called verb, first form and the second form and also third form. These are the verbs. Okay, now we need to understand what is object. We need to understand what is object. So, very simple example I give you. You see there John, 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 T-H-R-E-W, throw a stone. Okay, you can see that John is a noun. At the same time, stone is the noun. Both are here nouns. But one is used for what purpose? Subject. And another is used for object. Okay, John is a person. John is a person. What he did means what is his work? This is verb. Okay, this is verb. So he done something. He has done something that is called thrown. Okay, that is called thrown. As I throw the chalk piece. So like the same way, he took a stone and throw to somebody. Okay, so this is act. This is act. This is act of John. Okay, this is act of John. For the purpose of the act, he used something that is called a stone. Okay, that is stone. And John is the person, one who acts, and the stone is the thing that is used by John, okay, to perform these activities, this act. Okay, in this way, we say John is subject and the stone is object. Remember one thing, if the noun is using to another noun for his doing purpose, for his action purpose, such time the things which is being used by the noun or by the subject, that is called object. Okay. Now you clear. So when we make a sentence, we need to have first of all subject, then we need to have verb 1, then we need to have object. Then there is complement, there is adjective, and there is adverb, etc. Okay, there may be many other things. So now let's begin, or let's think about the positive sentence. So next time I will make you if there is time, so we will do that. So positive sentence, as I told you, take a subject, then verb 1, then object, then object, then here also adverbial. So I here, I make sentence. Okay, he reads newspaper daily. He reads newspaper daily. This is subject, this is verb 1, and this is object, and this is adverb. This is adverb. You need to understand one major thing, that already I explained to you what is subject and what is object. So there is no other doubt over here. He reads the newspaper daily. This is time. That is why it is being called adverb. And this is used by the subject. That is why it is being called object and verb. So here you see there is a difference, that I put here S. I put here S. Why I put here S? Okay. When the subject is singular, when the subject is singular, S either yes, S either yes, we put S either we put with verb, with the verb. But when there is S or when there is ES, that should be understand. We need to know about that when we do S, when the subject is singular, singular subject, what are singular subject and what are plural subject? What are singular subject and what are plural subject? Singular subject, singular subject. Here is he, she, it, or name. Okay. Or cow. That may be animal. Okay. That may be pronoun, or that may be a person. that may be a person. This is called a singular subject. And we see there plural. Plural subject. I, we, you, and they. Okay, I is a singular, but it would always use like a plural. Okay, so I, we, you, they. This is called a plural subject and this is called a singular subject. Okay, when the subject is singular, the verb will be changed as there will be put s or es. Okay, so I think you have cleared it. Then we will go to here how we will put s and how we will put es. Suppose if the verb, okay, ends s, es, ss, ch, z, etc. If the verb ends with s, es, ch, z, sh, etc. If the verb ends according to this spelling, so the verb will be changed by es. Okay, but normally we put s. Okay, but normally we put s. Okay, but remember one thing, sometime carry, that will be changed carries. Okay, if the verb last letter is y and before y if there is any consonant, you have to drop the y. You have to drop the y and instead of y you put here I, then es. Okay, so that is very important. We need to understand. But sometime if here before y if there is any vowel, so at the same time the y should be not dropped and that will use only s. Okay, that will be used only s. These things very important. We need to understand it very clearly, otherwise there will be problem. So For today, this is enough because we have almost 20 minutes. So from tomorrow, I will continue from here. Why we should not subtract the y. So that example I will give, and also I will make the sentence of interrogative, sentence of positive, negative, interrogative, interrogative, negative. Thank you. May God bless you. Have a good day. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe this channel and forward to your friends. Thank you.